So for my parabola, let's say that I'm centered right here at the origin, and I'm going to make it face up. Your focus is a point. This is always a point, and it's always on the inside. So I'm going to make it 4 spaces away. This is my focus. And it's a distance of 4 units away from the vertex. Your directrix, this is a line, and it is always outside of the parabola, and it's going to be the same distance away. So if the focus is 4 units away, then that means your directrix is also 4 units away, and it is a line. This is your directrix. We call the space between the focus and the vertex the p-value. So it's a distance of p. So in this case, p is 4. Okay, your axis of symmetry, this is what splits your graph right down the middle. Your axis of symmetry is always perpendicular with the directrix. So let's look at the equation. If your parabola is facing up or down, your equation is this. X minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k. If your p-value is positive, it will open up. If your p-value is negative, it will open down. So if it is pointing down, that means your focus is in here and your directrix would be out here. For a horizontal parabola, this is the equation. The y is squared this time. It opens to the right, so it will look like this if your p-value is positive. So that means your focus would be in here and your directrix would be out here. It would open to the left if your p-value is negative. So it would face this way if your p-value is negative. Your focus would be on the inside. Your directrix would be on the outside. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more using an example. So looking at this, my x term is squared, so I know it's going to face either up or down. However, I know it's going to face up and not down because this value is positive. So it's going to be oriented up. My vertex will be at -1, -2, because my h value is -1 and my k value is -2. So I'm going to go ahead and plot my vertex at -1, -2. That is right here. Now, let me remind you guys of the equation, the standard form. So the standard form equation is x minus h squared equals 4p y minus k. Notice these are in the same spot. So if I want to figure out what p is, just set them equal to each other and solve it. So I'm going to divide by 4. And this simplifies to 7/2, which is just 3.5. So my p-value is 3.5. That is the distance the focus and the directrix is away from the vertex. So if my vertex is right here, and I know it's going to face up, that means your focus will be inside 3.5 units. So 1, 2, 3.5 is right here. And I'm also going to go outside of my parabola 3.5 units. So 1, 2, 3.5 is right here. So that's where my line will pass through. The directrix is a line. Okay, so that means my focus is this point right here, and that's at -1, 1.5. So that is my focus, -1, 1.5. The directrix is right here, That crosses the y-axis at negative 5.5. Last thing we need to talk about is the axis of symmetry. So if I split this graph down the middle and go through the focus and the vertex, that crosses the x-axis at -1. So that will be x equals -1. So let me remind you of the standard form. Y minus k squared equals 4p x minus h. This is not in that format. Notice I need the y to be by itself. I need this part to be by itself. So what should I do first? Yep, I have to add 3 first. Okay, so that looks like this. We're almost there. What else do I need to do next to get this part by itself? Yep, multiply by -10. If I multiply both sides by -10, those will cancel. So I am left with y plus 2 squared equals -10 times x plus 3. Now it's in standard form. Those match. Okay. Where is my vertex? Yep, -3, -2. I got the -3 from here and the -2 from here. So I'm going to go ahead and plot that. -3, -2 is right here. Now let's figure out what my p-value is. The p-value, set these equal to each other and solve. So I have 4p equals -10 divided by 4. This simplifies to -5/2, which is -2.5. So my p-value is negative. Also notice, guys, it's the y term that is squared. The y term is squared. That means it's going to be horizontal. It's either going to face right or left. I know it's going to face the left because the p-value is negative. So I know it's going to face this way. Okay, since the p-value is -2.5, I'm going to go 2.5 this way, so I'm right here. That's my focus. And I'm going to go 2.5 this way, which is right here. That's my directrix. So my focus is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. So -5.5, -2 is where my focus is. I'll put F for focus. And the directrix is at x equals -0.5. Your axis of symmetry, if I were to split this down the middle, it would be right here. That crosses the y-axis at -2. So your axis of symmetry is y equals -2. One more thing I'd like to add. Once you get it in the standard form, so I got it in standard form right here, this number, -10, will tell you how wide to draw it. So if I wanted to draw this accurately, from my vertex, I can go this way 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this way 5. And that's how wide it goes. The distance from here to here is 10, just like it says 10 here. And if I were to draw this one accurately, this is a 14. So it needs to be 14 wide going through the focus. So if I were to draw it properly, I would just go 7 on each side of the focus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's how I know how wide I should graph. That's it.